Hey y'all, if you ever wanted to really know what's going on in AI right now, don't scroll away. Think about this for a second. If a new tool could write your emails better than you, would you still trust yourself to hit send? What if overnight your job could vanish, replaced by a line of code or a robot teammate that you never met? Or picture a courtroom suddenly upended by a judge arguing with an AI witness. Imagine scientists unlocking secrets that could literally save lives, and a startup being bought for billions with a B, only to break apart weeks later. See, that's just a taste of what's breaking in the world of AI right now. So, stick with me because these top 5 stories will blow your mind. And by the end, you'll be way ahead of almost anybody you know. All right? So, let's jump right in. What's shaking up the entire AI world in the last 24 hours? We'll start with what everybody's whispering, or honestly, shouting about. OpenAI. OpenAI is about to launch ChatGPT 5. I know I speak about this a lot, but I'm going to keep drilling y'all. Literally this month is coming. Now, if you're thinking, what's the big deal? It's just a new version. Here's why it matters. See, this isn't just a minor upgrade. ChatGPT 5 is being built as a single unified model that fuses together what used to be specialized AIs. So imagine one assistant that can bounce from deep philosophical debates straight into crafting the perfect playlist, or writing code, or just helping you get groceries delivered. I know that's something I need on a daily basis. All without you having to pick which mode that you need. See, it adapts to the task automatically, kind of like if your phone could shapeshift based on what you're trying to do. Crazy, right? I know, but that's the world we live in. All right. But what about safety? Okay. OpenAI says that ChatGPT 5 will be better at admitting when it's not sure, which in AI speak means better uncertainty estimation. So if the AI is about to make stuff up, and let's be real, we've all seen AI do this at one point or another, it's supposed to wave a little red flag that says, hey, I might not actually know what I'm talking about. That could make a huge difference, especially when people rely on AI for very, very important decisions, like in medical or financial advice, right? Now, here's the next headline. Anthropic just released Claude Opus 4.1. Now, this update puts the major focus on something called agentic tasks. Now, that's just a fancy way of saying that it can figure out and complete multi-step jobs or real-world processes, kind of like a really advanced personal assistant who not only follows directions but can break a big messy to-do list into like small logical steps all on its own. And it's apparently gotten a big boost in reasoning, right? Especially when it comes to things like writing code or solving complex real world challenges. This jump puts them neck and neck with OpenAI and seriously reignites the rivalry among top AI labs. And let's be honest, it's not stopping there. Google's DeepMind unit dropped a bombshell by rolling out Gemini 2.5. The nickname of Gemini 2.5 is Deep Think. So if I talk about Gemini 2.5 or Deep Think, it's the same thing. This new model uses what's called a multi-agent system. If that sounds like sci-fi, here's what it means. Instead of just one AI brain, it has a whole team of specialist AIs that work together almost like a mental relay race to tackle thorny problems. The wildest part, this system just solved 5 out of 6 math problems at the International Math Olympiad, which, if you ask any high schooler, is not an easy feat, right? Now, meanwhile, Meta is flexing its muscles by claiming its open source Llama model has passed 650 million downloads. Llama's open source status means that anyone can tinker with it. So it's kind of like the Lego set of AI. Build what you want, how you want. And that's a big shift in how power is distributed in the AI space. Open tools for everyone, not just the tech giant in the room, right? Even Amazon is making its own infrastructure plays, quietly positioning itself as, the backbone behind other people's AI breakthroughs. So basically, the chess game for control of tomorrow's AI infrastructure is on, and every single move matters, right? Now, let's talk about something important, which is policy, because the rules are changing and fast. Now, the White House just dropped America's AI action plan. To put that simply, their big goal is to turbocharge innovation by breaking down regulations that slow people down, supercharging American investment in AI. So think more money, more data centers, more education, more training, and making sure that U.S. companies keep the lead internationally, right? But don't mistake this for a total free-for-all. See, they're also upping national security measures to block advanced AI exports to rival nations, pushing to keep dangerous tech at home. Plus, there's a major push, and this is good, there's a major push to train American workers so that they are not left behind as the AI wave speeds up. So it's a double-edged sword. Freedom to build, but with some serious oversight, right? And speaking of oversight, let's take a second to talk ethics and law. Now, the American Bar Association and other legal groups have issued urgent new guidelines to all lawyers using AI. Short version, you're not off the hook if your AI assistant screws up. Lawyers now must understand the tech well enough to protect confidential information and ensure clients aren't hurt by AI glitches or AI biases. Dramatic? Maybe a little bit, but honestly, it makes sense. Because, imagine a robot leaking your deepest secrets by accident. Not cool, right? Exactly. Now, before we move to stories that literally just broke, here's a hard truth. Thousands of jobs are vanishing because of AI. Not in 10 years. Now, over 10,000 jobs in July alone were lost directly due to companies buying AI tools to do the work humans used to do. Tech jobs, especially for young workers in their 20s, are getting hammered, with unemployment in that group spiking almost 4 times faster than the overall jobless rate. Goldman Sachs thinks that over the next decade, AI could boot 6 to 7 of all U.S. workers out of their roles. But wait, it's not all doom and gloom, okay? I don't mean to be like that. Just telling y'all the facts. Some experts also say that as these jobs disappear, new ones will eventually be created in other industries. It's just a matter of how bumpy that ride is going to be, okay? Now it's time for the This Just Broke section, all right? So these stories are hot off the press and have some wild consequences, okay? So let's get into it. First up, Cognition just finished buying up rival AI coding startup Windsurf and almost immediately turned around and laid off 30 folks, right? Then offered buyouts to nearly 200 more. Just weeks ago, Windsurf employees actually thought the deal would, guarantee their jobs. But it turns out the shakeup is way rougher than anybody anticipated. It's not only a hard lesson in how difficult it is to merge two very different company cultures, it's a sign of the times for tech workers everywhere. In AI, even massive buyouts are no job guarantee, okay? Companies are racing to control the best AI talent in tech, and nobody's spot is safe anymore. Hear me when I say that, please, okay? Next, A brand new AI-powered app is making headlines for parent tech gone wild. Okay, this tool uses facial recognition and natural language processing to watch kids online, to watch their activity, sending instant alerts to parents if it thinks a child's upset or being bullied. The creators say it's about, protecting kids, but privacy watchdogs are sounding the alarm, calling it a huge step toward normalizing surveillance of young people. I mean, think about it. Should an algorithm decide when a parent gets involved or if a kid needs help? These are the kinds of questions that we need to wrestle with because the tech is moving way, way faster than our laws or our comfort zones. I personally think it's honestly a good thing, you know. But hey, that's just me. And here's one thing that's going viral. In the middle of all these layoffs, the KDD 2025 conference is lighting up both news feeds and social media. It's not just a nerd party for data scientists. It's making headlines because the hottest topics are all about using AI to fix real world problems like healthcare, climate change, public health, and much, much more. In fact, some sessions this week have already sparked major debate about how much AI doctors or scientists should be trusted with decisions that could literally mean life or death. That sort of tension between wild new potential and the real risk is exactly why this moment matters so much. Okay? So, with all this going on, where do you stand? Are you excited, to see these powerful new AIs roll out? Or are you worried about, what it means for jobs, for safety, or for privacy? Let me know in the comments, y'all, okay? Now, thank you so much for hanging with me for, one of the wildest 24 hours in AI. If you got value from this, please smash that like button, y'all. Subscribe for more breakdowns you can trust, and share. Share this with someone who needs to know what's really happening, behind the headlines, y'all. Okay? Which is everybody. Until next time, y'all, stay curious and stay human. This is Anthony Applewhite, and this is Applewhite Intel, dropping your daily news. Peace.